And we are live. Live. Good morning. Good morning. Just waiting and waiting for some people to join me. It's always this few minutes before people get on where I just talk to myself. And we have, yay, people jumping on. Say good morning. Hello, Ali. Hope little Milo's okay. How's Milo getting on with his new buddy? Okay, who else have we got on today? 5 people watching already. Say hello. Is that Jules just joined? And it's Claire and Leon. Hiya, Jules. Morning. Hi, Valerie. Lovely for you to join. Good morning, my lovelies. Fiona's on. Fabulous. Coming in thick and fast. Brenda is here. Morning, Brenda. Morning, everybody. How are we all this morning? Positive? Still positive? We have some blue sky here today, up and downs. Yeah, it kind of goes like that, doesn't it, Ali? It's like, yeah, we've got all this time to do things and feeling good, staying strong, and then you go. So hopefully we will have an up day today. You can see quite a bit of blue in the sky there, so please get some gardening done. Good morning, Matty, my darling. It's not raining. Just get you down a bit, the weather. It's massive. It makes a massive difference to your mood when you've with the weather. Absolutely. So, looking at the time. Arlene, good morning, Arlene. Arlene sent me a photograph this morning of the sun peering through the clouds. It's going to be a nice day. Let's hope. Who else have we got on? Pop a little wave, say good morning. Okay. I'll give it 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Let me know where you are, how you're feeling. How are you getting on with the yoga? Hi, Jane, from across the road there. Should just stand on our balcony, Jane, and wave to you. I was hoping, when I started doing these, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to get up by the pool and have the mountains in the background and, you know, do one of those like nice yoga shots that you see in all those professional videos. But no, it's not happening. We're inside in my little room, the fire on. Morning, Heather. Jules Biggles won't get off in that. Biggles is Jules's dog, by the way. So I'm going to start actually saying this morning. My name is Dion, and thank you for joining. Because I'm conscious that this is Yogalistic page, and a lot of people join Yogalistic page or like the page, but they don't actually. Lots of people come to watch this at some point in the future who are like, who is this Yogalistic woman? So my name is Dion, and I live in Spain. I've been living here 5 years. It is 2020, and I've been teaching for 6 years. I have to think then, 6 years. I've been practicing yoga about 20 years. But I've been teaching for about 6. So today we are, what time is it? 1 minute past 10. Should we get cracking? Today we are going to work our core. We all love a bit of core work, don't we? Oh, no. It's one of the things that I avoid a lot. Not so much now in my yoga practice, but certainly back in my 20s. I just wanted to do the bendy stretchy things, but like core work was just too hard, so I kind of ignored that a little bit, avoided it where I could, but it's really, really important. Good morning, Caroline. How are you today? You got some sunshine? So it is really important to work our core. Our core is not just about the front, it's about the back as well. So it acts like a massive corset. Hi Janet from the UK. We've got some sunshine here today, Janet. Well, a bit of blue sky. So we are going to be working all of this area, front, side and back today. Mostly on the floor. We've got just one really standing posture. Hey Susie, one standing posture, but most of the others are going to be on the floor. So, should we get started? I think we're a few minutes past 10. We've got quite a few people on watching now. So, let's get on the mat. We are going to be starting on hands and knees. So, this posture, traditional Sanskrit name, Vajraswasa, tiger breathing. I love that word, Vajraswasa. Sounds like strong, doesn't it? The West have called it cat-cow. And somebody in one of my classes the other week said, oh, we call this hump and hollow. So whatever you call it is fine. We are on hands and knees. We've got space between the knees, so about hip distance space. Hips over the knees, shoulders over wrists. We're going to work with the breath. So really try and connect with your breath through your practice. So we are inhaling. As we inhale, we drop the belly, we lift the bum, and really draw your shoulder blades back towards your hips. Lengthen through the neck and through the top of the head. By that, I don't mean lift your chin up high because you'll compress the neck. Feel someone is pulling the crown of your head. Your exhale brings your belly up. We round the spine, push down into the floor with the hands and knees, tuck the chin in. Inhale, shoulders back, hips high, spine is long. Exhaling, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Try and get this connection with the breath. Inhale, shoulders back, bum is high. Exhaling, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhaling. And exhaling. Morning, Sue. Tuck the chin in. Inhaling. If you're moving at a different pace than me, that is okay. I want you to work with your breath. Exhale. Your exhale, your body, your lungs are emptying, you're squeezing the breath out. Your inhale, we're always opening the body nice and wide to get the breath in. Exhaling, rounding, inhaling, opening, exhale. You might be feeling this little stretch in the lower back. This is a really nice lower back release. So if you suffer with any lower back ache, back pain, exhale. If you're, I haven't mentioned pregnancy or injuries, have I? Always please be. For anyone in pregnancy, this is a really nice movement to release any lower back pain. Hi, Jacintha. Okay, last one. So just get some mobilization through the spine. So now we're neutral spine. So notice on your neutral spine, you always have this little dip in the back. So now we're going to make that into tabletop. So there's little contraction of the abdomen as if you're trying to draw your lower ribs towards your belly button. And we're lifting up through the belly, straighten the back. So someone can rest a glass of water. I'm not going to drop it. Okay, so keeping this low back. So here we're already working abdominal muscles. You should be able to feel that core strengthening and tightening. Keep that back, keep that core active. Tuck the toes and lift the knees an inch off the floor. Okay, I just said an inch, not 6 inches, just an inch. Belly stays in, back stays nice and flat, tabletop. Create some heat in your belly. You might feel this in the arms. I know this is going to be tough on the wrists today, so whenever you need to, come down onto the elbows, release the wrists, come back when you can. Little wrist point, safety point. The whole of the circumference of the palm on the floor. That point between the thumb and the index finger on the floor. You're still there with me, knees off the floor. Remember, you can come down, join back in when you're ready. Wow, this is tough. This is your belly keeping your knees off the floor. I know you're feeling it in the arms, you might be feeling it in the shoulders, you might be feeling it in the thighs. It's your belly. Oh, take the knees down. Just give that wrist a little bit. Should have got you a bit breathless already. So talking about the hands. When we place our hands, this part between the index finger and the thumb, try and keep that down on the floor. We want the whole of the circumference of the hand on the floor. It's okay if the pad in the middle lifts off a little bit. We're keeping that down. Judith is watching. Hey Judith and Jan. Nice. So what I also do, only one teacher has ever got it spread, the little finger yoga secret. Don't tell anyone, it's our secret. This little finger, see how this angle is really shaped? We're always told to spread our fingers wide when we place them on the floor to really get balance through the hands. See this angle? Puts a little pressure on the outside of the wrist. So we take this little finger in, and then this angle straightens up a little bit. Okay, so you had enough rest now off your wrist. So back onto the hands and wrists, hands and knees. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift the knees all the way up onto the sky, downward facing dog. So, hand position the same. Circumference of the hands on the floor. That space between the thumb and the index finger. Little finger coming in slightly. Transfer the weight from your wrist up to your shoulders. And release your neck out of your shoulders, so shoulder blades towards the hips. Lengthen through that spine. So if you're tight in your hammies, your lower back, your back might look like this, rounded. Can I do that? In that case, bend your knees, lift your bum higher, lengthen down. Okay, right leg, we're going to lift it up to the sky, a three-legged dog, and then travelling forward, that knee comes to the right elbow. So come into that plank position, shoulders over wrists, right knee to right elbow, scoop it up. Inhale, stretch it up and back. To the nose, up, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch it back, three-legged dog. Knee, elbow, bring it forward. So we've got a little twist. And inhale all the way up. Foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Come off those wrists for a moment. Let them stretch out. Morning, morning, morning. Thank you all for joining. And hands on the floor. Come up onto the hands and knees. Tuck the toes. Lift the bum. Lift the hips. Stretch it out. And left leg lifts up nice and high. Stretch it all the way up. And left knee to left elbow. Scoop it in. Inhale, reach it up nice and high. Knee to nose, round the belly. Inhale, stretch it back. And to the right elbow. All the way over. And inhale, all the way up. Take that foot to the floor. Walk those feet towards the hands, or the hands towards the feet, whatever feels better for you. On those knees, let the chest and belly fold over the thighs. Hands to the hips. Push down into the legs, pull in your tummy, lift the chest all the way up to the top. How are you feeling? Feel it already? Feel a little bit puffed? I'm going to take this off. And another layer comes off. Gets you really warm. When you work the core, you're working your solar plexus chakra, your fiery chakra. Okay, we're going to stand feet wide. So, to the long edge of your mat if you're on a mat. All 10 toes pointing forward. Weight even through both feet. Lengthen through the spine, lifting through the crown of the head. Palms face forward. Lift the arms out to the side. And a few breaths. Shoulder blades down. Reach through those fingers. Now the only place where we're going to move from is the waist. Pelvic floor lifting. Belly is in. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, bend to your right. See how these arms aren't coming up and down, not moving the shoulder joint, just moving from the waist. Now it's super important to keep that belly drawn in, your pelvic floor lifted, weight even through both feet. Don't let all the weight come into that right foot. Few breaths. We're neither looking up or down, we're just looking straight ahead, neck is neutral. We're breathing, don't forget to breathe. Relax the jaw, peel the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Really important to keep this tummy strong. You don't want to let your lower back take this. Okay, if you do have lower back problems, one hand on the thigh, keep supporting the weight, or on the hip, or maybe not come over quite so far. Okay, next, push into those feet, pulling the belly all the way up. Wow, and exhale, other side. That's here. Really reach through those fingers. When we use our arms in yoga, just chat to you while we're hanging out here in this strange position, feeling it around the waist. When we spread our fingers in these standing postures, and you really reach through those fingertips, if you draw your thumb in towards your index finger, so the thumb is closed, not really tight, not inside the palm, just next to the index finger, you'll feel this muscle in the forearm start to activate. So if we can get to that muscle, why not? Why not use it? Yoga is about involving the whole of the body. Are you still with me? Are we still breathing? Okay. And next inhale. Oh, come all the way up. Bring those arms down. Feet together. It's the only standing pose. We're going to come back on the floor. Hope you felt that. Yesterday we worked against a wall. This is another good pose that you can do against a wall. So your shoulder blades and your hips are against the wall. We're coming over here. You really feel it in the waist then, because I know what some of you will have done then. You came to the side. Instead of doing this, you probably did this. Shoulders and hips in the same line. So I'm feeling puffed today. Can you hear me? So turn into the front of your mat. We're going to do inhale, out and up, big stretch. Exhale, float down to the floor, bend those knees, push that bum up to the sky, hands onto the floor. Inhale, halfway up, nice flat back. See how bent my knees are? So I can get that length in my back. If I straighten my leg, this happens. So I bend my knees, lengthen the spine, all the way over, nose to toes. And walk those feet back, back, back into plank. Drop the knees, bum to heel, stretch it back. Okay, this one's for you, Jane Potter, because I know you love dolphin. Yeah. So we're going to be working shoulders and core. Who doesn't love a dolphin? We've had them locally in our bays in Calpian, down the coast here recently. Really nice. So coming up onto the hands and knees. Dropping the elbows to the floor. Okay, so you can see elbows are underneath the shoulders. Now we want these elbows shoulder distance apart. I'm going to turn this way to show you. So shoulder distance, you should be able to take hold of the outside of your arms. Okay, so not just a tickle of the biceps here. Bring them in so you can really take hold of the outside of the arms. Keep those elbows there and interlock the fingers. Bring the hands together. That little finger that's underneath, that's squashing onto the floor, just pop it onto the inside. So watch. See, little finger. Just pop it on the inside there. So rather than being underneath, just inside. Okay, so in this position. So we're going to get shoulder distance, little fingers in, tuck the toes. Now press down into those elbows. Press down to the forearms, the outside of the wrists, as you press down, you feel that the shoulders come away from the neck, from the ears. We want a nice long neck, so keep that activation, pressing down into the floor. Press down into the toes. As you press into the toes, lift the knees, lift the bum. So it's like our downward dog, only we're on the elbows and not the hands. Yeah? So your head is hanging between the elbows. Neck is loose. The head isn't on the floor. If your head is on the floor, you need to be pushing into your elbows and your forearms to lift those shoulders. Come up high on those tippy toes, really, really high on the tippy toes. And as you inhale, we're going to bring the chin over the fists. And exhale, bring the head back between the elbows. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale to come back. Inhale, coming forward. Who's collapsed? Exhale to come back. Bring the knees down and sit up onto the heels. Okay, morning Kim, hi Maddie. Okay, so I know what you were doing. Those of you that have been coming to my classes for a while will know what you're meant to be doing. Whether you're doing it or not is another thing. So I will show you what I think you're doing. You've got the position. Now watch my feet in shot here. I'm going to move forward so my feet are in shot. This is what most of you will be doing. You'll be pushing up onto your toes, dropping the heels. Up onto the toes, drop the heels. See, the angle in my hips is not changing. I'm just using momentum pushing through the feet. What we want to be doing to really make the core work is lift really high in those toes. So let's do it really high in those toes. Your heels stay high and then we move. See, the angle in the hips now is opening and closing. So now this big psoas muscle that wraps all the way around and into the thighs of our abs, that is the muscle that works bringing your lower body towards your upper body. So that's what we're going to do. So staying high up on your tippy toes, heels are high, using your core. Let's do 5. Okay, shoulder distance apart. Interlock the fingers, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift those heels off the floor. Press down with your elbows. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And 2. And back. And 3. And back. 2 more. And back. Last one. And back. Drop the knees. Bum to heels. Let the hands come back towards the feet. Forehead to floor. Let the lower back lengthen. Oh, how's that? That hard? Yeah? Super, super hard. Okay, coming back onto the elbows. And going to stretch one leg out and the other leg. We're in forearm plank. Forearm plank. So we're going to roll onto the outside of that left foot. That left forearm can cross across your chest, outside of the left foot. My right foot's on top of my left. Now, this is too much. You can bring that left knee to the floor, but you really want to lift up through the waist. Or you can straighten that left leg out, have your right foot in front, press down to the right foot. Or one foot on top of the other. Lift through that waist, don't collapse the floor. Lift, 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 lift to the sky. Hand can be on the thigh, up to the sky. Belly in, pelvic floor in. Oh, don't we just love doing core? Whoa! Swap sides, right elbow down. Coming onto the outside edge of the right foot. Oh, I can't see you now. Lift it up through the waist. Lift it through the top. Remember, this right knee can stay on the floor, or your left foot can come on the floor. Your belly is in. And come over to the floor. And all the way down. Wowza. Who said yoga was easy? That we all sit around umming and... Oh, okay. Our core comes all the way around the back. So we're going to do some cobra. So we want nice long spine. Stretch those legs back, wiggle the rib cage forward, create some length. If you have any lower back problems, any disc or vertebra problems, you're going to walk those feet a little bit wider. If your back is healthy, thighs together, big toes together. Now don't cheat yourself. So you decide, your body, your practice. Bring the hands down. See my hands next to my rib cage. We don't want them here, elbows on the floor. No, we want to draw them down so your elbows come up to the sky. I'm going to squeeze them in towards each other. Press down with your pubic bone, your top of your thighs, your lower belly. This is going to keep length in your lower back. Press down, we lift the chest. Exhale to come down. Inhale to lift, press down with the pubic bone, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale to lower. Neck stays long. Inhale, so you don't want to be lifting the chin up, looking up, there's no need. Neck stays long. Your cobra might be little, small cobra, might be here. You might have more flexibility, you might be here. Exhale down. Inhale, come up, hold it there. Maybe we can take the thighs off the floor, reach up with those legs. Maybe we can reach back with those hands, reach towards your feet. Keep pressing down with the pubic bone, keep lengthening the spine, lifting through the crown of the head, tailbone lengthening, breathing, relax the jaw, relax the tongue, breathing in and out through the nose. You can do this. I know you can do this. All the way down. Oh. Hands to the floor. Press up onto the knees. Come over onto your bum. Oh, how are we doing? How are we doing? You feeling it yet? You getting puffed? Okay. So sit nice and tall. And across the ankles, bring those knees in. We're going to turn sides so you can see the back. This is not what we're doing. We're lifting tall, lengthening the spine. Okay, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those thighs in. Rock back a little bit on your bum, see? Spine is still tall. Think nipples to knees. Nipples to knees. High, shoulders back and down. Feet off the floor. Mum told me off sexist because was it the day before? Because I mentioned about the bra strap. And she said, that's sexist because they might have men on here. And I know we've got men on here because I know they're poor watchers. So, guys, I'm sorry. Maybe you want to borrow a bra and so then you know where it sits. But we've all got nipples. So, nipples to knees. Feet are off the floor. We're hugging the thighs, it's okay. Belly is in. Pelvic floor is lifting. Maybe we can let go of the legs. Keep the thighs where they are. All of a sudden we want to do this. Nipples to knees, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And bring them down. Cross the ankles, come in the opposite direction. Come back onto the centre of your sit bones, lengthen the spine. Neck is long. Rocking back a little bit. Oh. Feet off the floor. Hug those thighs in, thighs to rib cage, to chest. Maybe releasing the arms. Nipples, knees. Squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Remember to breathe. For your breath. Release down. Oh, okay. Gonna stay with these. So, hands behind the knees. Taking hold. Lengthen the spine. Shoulders are back. Toes are up. See these toes? Up towards the shins. One foot off the floor. And down. Another foot. And down. Find that place in the sit bones, like that flat bone that you can balance on. 1 and 2. So, okay. At some point, both of your feet are off the floor at the same time. So let's leave them there. Up off the floor. Ankles and knees in line. belly is in, nipples are high, shoulder blades are back, we're breathing. Maybe you can release the legs and you can reach out. A few breaths. Wow, how's that? We still breathing? Anyone collapse like this? Whoa. Remember, you can come out of these postures at any time. Please always reverse out slowly, don't collapse out. And bring them in. Whew. Let's come down onto the floor. All the way down. No, we're not resting. Not time for relaxation yet. Just one more to get in. So, my feet might have gone off camera now, but flex those feet, toes up towards the ceiling. So if you're pushing away through your heel, hands down next to the hips. Right leg, going to inhale, lift that right leg to the sky. Exhale to lower. Left leg, inhale. We're pressing down into the floor as if you're trying to press your belly, right side, down towards the spine. And down. And left side. And down. See how I've always got my knees bent a little bit? I'm actually quite tight in my hamstrings. Forward folding, like open up the back of the body, has always been quite hard for me. It's always been a real challenge. You normally get your forward fold or back bend. I hope you're still moving those legs. Right leg, left leg, just with the breath. Anything where I'm opening the back of the body, it's always been a struggle for me. So I always have a little bend in my knees so I can lengthen my back. Okay, right leg is lifting. Pushing up through that heel. I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to try a right angle in your hip joint. So you don't want it too far over, we don't want it down there. And then keeping your back into the floor, we're going to reach those arms up over the head, keep the back into the floor, and bring those hands down to the floor behind you. I know your back is going to want to lift an arch, so squeezing down, rib cage down towards the floor. If you need to bend your knee, it's okay. I would rather your knee be over your hip with your foot with your knee bent than to have your legs straight and be hovering out here somewhere. So, lower back into the floor. Reach through that heel. Few breaths. And slowly take it down to the floor. And left side, push through the heel, pull in the belly, lower back to the floor, and breathe. Again, we're thinking about knee over hip, nice right angle in that hip, press down to the floor. Same as we did when we were against the floor with our standing postures the other day, trying to press the back of the rib cage down into the floor. Keep that belly firm and pulling in tight, don't let your belly pop out. Belly pulling back and down. A few breaths. What about both legs up? See if that right leg can come up to join the left. Arms reaching overhead towards the floor behind. Back is into the floor. Rib cage into the floor. It's your last tough one, your last one, promise you. This 30 minutes goes so fast, doesn't it? So fast. Oh. And bring those knees in. Oh, give them a little hug. Have a little rock side to side. So my beautiful yoga teacher friend Nicole Stone is doing a lovely restorative type class tonight. I think it is 5 o'clock or 5:30. And it's on her Yoga Bliss site. If you're interested, pop me a message. I'll give you the exact name of the site. I think it's Yoga Bliss. And she's going to start off with nice self-facial massage to release any tension in the face and the neck, and some nice floor deep stretches. So if you fancy a bit of self-care tonight, okay, let both knees drop over to the right. Left shoulder staying on the floor. So your knees might be far away from your shoulder, might be quite far away. And twist them more into the lower back, shoulders on the floor. If you feel comfortable here, you've got a good spinal twist. Bring your knees a bit higher towards your right shoulder, and that twist goes a little bit higher up the back. These twists stimulate the nervous system, so you know they balance. Yoga balances. The system is like a bit too active. It'll help calm. If you're feeling sluggish, it'll help stimulate and vibrate. Also gives all your internal organs a good massage. So often I hear people say it's like wringing out the toxins from your organs or squeezing out the toxins from your organs. We can't actually squeeze out like a dirty dishcloth the toxins from our organs, but what we're doing with a twist, bring it back to center and over to the left. Knees drop to the left, right shoulder stays on the floor. Finding that comfortable place for your twist. So remember, the higher you bring the knees, the higher up the spine you're going to twist. Your knees might be a bit lower, moving more through the lower spine. So what we're doing with our twist is we're stimulating the internal organs. It's like giving your internal organs a massage. So, you know, your liver, your kidneys, your spleen, your digestive system is all getting squished up, which is a technical yoga term. Look it up, squished up. So giving them a massage, which then is helping bring oxygenated blood to those organs. When we bring oxygenated blood, we're also carrying nutrients and minerals to those organs, and we're helping those organs function better so that they can get rid of those toxins on their own. So we're helping the spleen function better for your immune system, creating those white blood cells, your liver, your kidneys for your detoxification, your digestive system to get all that moving. So twists are really, really good for your health. Okay, bringing it back to center. Oh, that is our core all done. Let those legs straighten all the way out if it feels okay on your back. If you're feeling a bit of tension in your lower back, bend the knees, take the feet as wide as the mat. Just let the knees drop in towards each other. Let the lower back just soften down towards the floor. I've gone from being super hot to really cold. Now I've got goosebumps. So you can let the arms down by the sides, palms up to the sky. For yoga, this is like an energy sharing, but also physically turning your palms up just rolls back your shoulders, opens up the chest a little bit more, lets the breath come a little bit easier. Breathing in and out through the nose. Then you can stay there for as long as you want. Might be a few breaths, might be 10 minutes, might be 30 minutes. Just take some time for you, just to let the mind rest, let the body relax. Okay, or you can finish now. So I'm going to finish with my usual, with our gratitude. Before I go, remember we've got Sarah's class in 25 minutes, Sarah Louise Pierce, if you want some active fun exercise. I'm going to take hands behind the back, let the head and chest drop down towards the floor, taking this moment as my moment of daily gratitude. First and foremost, your gratitude towards yourself and to your body for being such a miracle, for everything that your body does for you, for everything that you put it through, for all of the years it supported you. Just give it some love. Stop being annoyed with it. And gratitude to your yoga practice for creating space in your body, space in your mind, and to think of someone or something in your life that you feel grateful for today. Remember, if you've got yourself a little journal, write down your gratitudes in your journal. Whenever you're feeling a little bit low, just look back at those gratitudes and remind yourself thank you all again for joining me today. Stay happy, stay healthy. Until next time, namaste. Thank you. Remember, drop me a little comment to say that you've watched. Tell me how you've got on. Did you feel it in your core? Was it too hard? Was it too easy? Just share the love. Okay, have a lovely day, everybody.